We know that food is the most basic need of human beings. After food, shelter is the most important need of man. Man constructs houses and develops settlements to protect themselves against the extremities of climate and to enjoy social life. In fact, settlement is man's important step towards adapting himself to his physical environment. Settlements are defined as a permanent collection of houses and buildings with inhabitants. Settlements occupy a very meager share of world's total area. Even then, they exert great influence on the cultural scenario of the globe. Settlements are the storage of cultural heritage. They are the source region of innovative economic, political and social patterns. The settlement of a particular region exhibits the human relationship with natural environment. Human settlements means it is a totality of human community. It includes the community at city, community of a town, or it can be a village community also. A settlement pattern or a settlement type includes all its social, material, organizational, spiritual and cultural elements sustained in a settlement. The fabric of human settlement consists of physical elements of services to which these elements provide to the material support. The physical components of a settlement comprises three things. The first one is shelter. Shelter means the superstructure of different shapes, different size and different types of materials erected by mankind for the security, privacy and protection from the elements of different natural factors. Next one, infrastructure. The infrastructure of a settlement includes the complex networks designed by man to deliver or to remove from the shelter to the people. There are a number of services also included in settlements. Service of a settlement cover those requirements which are needed for a community and it is required for the fulfillment of its function also. The services of a settlement includes the education, health, culture, welfare, recreation or nutrition. The precise reason for the formation of settlements is not known. Anyhow, there is a gradual progress in the development of settlements on the earth. The earlier men lived in forest and there were no settlements. They were nomads. They wandered across the landscape for food and water. They stayed in caves for some time and after that the gathering continued. The domestication of plants and animals was a major turning point in the evolution of settlements. People began to settle somewhere in the farm grounds and actively engaged in agricultural operations. Industrial revolution and resultant urbanization brought tremendous modifications on the existing settlements. Thus, it is clear that there are physical, social, economic as well as socio-cultural factors that shape the particular settlement type in a particular region. In this module, we are going to discuss about different types of settlements. Basically, we have two types of settlements, rural settlements and urban settlements. Human activity is the criteria for this classification. The people of rural settlements are engaged in agriculture and allied activities. More than 75% of the total population directly or indirectly depends on agriculture for their livelihood. In most of the rural settlements, traditional methods of farming are practiced. Whole family works together in the field. They used old and conventional methods in the cultivation, and there were no mechanization in the field. The economy is subsistence in nature. Production is intended for self-consumption. In rural settlements of coastal areas, fishing is the major economic activity. Fishing villages are sited on rivers and lakes also. In these areas, people depend on water for livelihood rather than to land. Although main occupation of these villages are fishing, it is to be noted that some people are engaged in agriculture also. There are numerous rural settlements in forested areas. Here, the dominant human activity is lumbering and gathering of forest products. Such villages are generally small in size. Most of the settlements are built by locally available materials. Topography plays a crucial role in shaping the settlement style and settlement pattern. People construct buildings mainly for residential purposes only. Rural settlements are developed in ideal centers of locational advantages. Physical environment determines the nature of dwellings. Fertility of soil and availability of water are the decisive factors in the location and pattern of rural settlements. Dwellers of rural settlements are so conventional and is reflected in their customs and beliefs. Interpersonal relations are more strong in rural settlements. Urban settlements are having a very different picture. People of urban settlements are depending secondary and tertiary activities for their living. Agriculture and allied activities are not at all important in urban areas. They are leading a fast and busy life. Increasing impact of modern technology is reflecting in the construction of urban dwellings. People construct more durable and comfortable dwellings with all facilities. In urban areas, land is a scarce resource. So, they utilize the space more effectively through proper planning. Houses are considered to be the icon of social prestige, and people of urban areas invest more money on houses. Wide variety of electronic household equipments are used in these dwellings. Cities became the node of multiplicity of commercial functions. Settlements grow from the city center to the nearby rural areas mainly through a transportation route. Horizontal growth of settlement is not possible in the city center due to limited space. Then, settlement began to grow vertically in order to cope with the demand for more and more functions. A number of multi-storied buildings are constructed with modern technology in urban settlements. These buildings are used for residential purposes as well as for commercial uses also. Generally, urban settlements are built by more durable, likely materials rather than locally available raw materials. The constraints of physical environment are overcome by technological innovations. Physical factors are having very limited impact on urban settlements. Urban settlements are generally compact and dense in nature. Cities are marked with agglomeration of people, building and traffic. Most of the urban settlements are facing the problem of population explosion. The available structures and dwellings are not capable enough to accommodate increasing population and increasing functions. Thus, most of the urban settlements are found to be congested and problematic now. Compaction is mainly the result of human tendency to live together. Compact settlements are found in both rural and urban areas. In most cases, it is a combination of several factors that shape the compact settlement for a region. In a rural economy, agriculture is the most prominent economic activity. Here, most of the settlements are built in the center of the agricultural land. In order to avoid wastage of cultivable land, people settle together very closely. As the agrarian economy demands more labor force and more frequent interaction of farmers with the field, compact settlements are found to be most ideal. Fertility of the soil also can be a decisive factor of nucleation of settlements. The physical factors of a region attract or distract the growth of human settlements. For example, in a flood-prone area, most of the settlements tend to be on dry areas. They are called as dry point settlements. In Assam Valley, a number of dry point settlements are seen either side of Brahmaputra river. In certain places, water may be a scarce resource. In dry areas, people try to settle near the sources of water. Areas suffering from limited rainfall and acute water scarcity cannot support very large number of population. Therefore, people try to settle around an available source of perennial water. They are called as wet point settlements. They are most common in deserts. Oases of deserts are good examples. Security of life and property is also an important factor of settlements. Some people consider the elevated hilly regions as most comfortable to settle from the defensive point of view. Such settlements are called as defense point settlements. The settlements found in Naga Hills and Meso Hills in the eastern part of India are typical examples of defense point settlements. This leads to the formation of compact settlements at the top of the hills. Areas affected by poor state of law and order or areas suffering from intergroup clashes also prefer compact or nucleated settlements. Generally, dispersed settlements are found in the regions where the conditions are just opposite to nucleated settlements. If the topography is rugged in nature, the settlements will be scattered. Here, the physical environment is not at all hospitable and there are very little factors of nucleation there. For nucleation, there should be a level plain to the growth of settlements. Lack of enough level surfaces in mountainous region, nucleation is not possible and settlements are found to be isolated in nature. The areas of abundant rainfall and plenty of water show settlements with high degree of dispersal. If the size of the landholding is large in nature, people settle in the center of the farm in order to look after it properly. In such areas, dispersed settlements are found in most common. Regions enjoying high degree of social security and people perceive little danger to their life and property also have dispersed settlements. Fragmented settlements are a special type of settlements. In these types of settlements, presence of a number of clusters of houses are located in an area at a particular distance. Each cluster is a form of nucleated settlement, but when considering the distance between clusters, they are dispersed in nature. Thus, fragmented settlements are also known as dispersed nucleated settlements. There are a number of factors affect the fragmentation of settlements. Growth of a settlement to a very large size often leads to its fragmentation. The process of fragmentation may be the result of over-congestion at the original site due to some physical barriers to its further growth. In the case of growing size of settlements, the internal circulation becomes very difficult. In that cases, some of the families or some of the people may decide to leave the original settlement and settle somewhere at a particular distance. This will lead to the formation of fragmented settlements. Fragmentation can be the result of social segregation also. In some areas, social segregation and resultant clashes is a great problem. In such areas, settlement grows in the form of a number of clusters from its inception itself. Strong belief in religions and prevalence of caste system is also leads to fragmentation of settlements. The people belonging to a particular group, a particular religion or particular caste may be forming their own group and settle as a fragmented settlement in a particular region. It can be concluded that the nature and type of resources available in a region is having a prominent role in shaping a particular type of settlement there. Physical as well as socio-cultural factors play its own role in shaping different settlements.